Hi guys, I wanted to do a video about how to take responsibility of your own health, like some of my other videos. I'm right now in the forest looking for mushrooms. There's actually an app called Seek that looks a little bit better than my hair right now, but it helps you determine what it is you find. It can be both plants. I don't know if you can see everything that's in this, but there's actually some clover flowers, some Carl Johan. There's an ant crawling on some of the mushrooms. I think it's called blooming fly agaric, and a lot of chanterelles. So a lot of stuff that I found here in the forest. And yes, I spent probably 1.5 hours, 2 hours or so in the forest. And if I would work in front of a computer screen, make money spending the same amount of time, I wouldn't find anything in the forest, but I'll make money and I can go to a store and buy. But I prefer to go to the forest and actually take responsibility of my own food and find some food in the forest that I can eat and be healthy. Maybe you didn't know this, but Alzheimer's and other type of diseases that is prone to come when you're old actually can be prevented with some mushrooms, and not just any mushroom, but many mushrooms have so many vitamins and benefits from the soil that it grows in, the forest that it grows in. And if you just find out which mushrooms are good for you, then you can do it yourself. And I wouldn't say like go eat the first mushroom you find, because you have to look it up. You have to actually spend a little bit of time. Actually, as I walk by here, someone actually has bees here. That's also taking responsibility for your own health. You produce your own honey. That is definitely in my plans to do so. Very nice honey and bees in general. It's just beautiful beings to be around. Beings, haha. That jokes or something. Yeah, so take responsibility of your own health by actually finding some mushrooms, and you can prevent things like Alzheimer's and even slow down aging sometimes. You can find ailments and herbs that helps your health, and you can even find goats in nature. I don't know if you can see, maybe it's too far away. There's a beautiful goat right there. Yeah, it's saying, "Rah. What's up, goatee? Nice goatee. Pretty cool, man. Suits the horns." Anyways, it's just beautiful walking in nature. And in forest and by the ocean, there's something called negative ions. Negative ions in the air actually is something that it sounds weird to say negative things actually benefits you, but negative ions is actually something that's good for your body. And it can just in general, when you take a walk outside and you get really tired, that's actually because of the negative ions. Actually, I'm a little bit lost right now. So maybe I should end that slide. I found a camping spot or someone renting out camping gear. I think I should carry on walking, but I'll figure it out. There's so many things you can find in nature that will help you. Herbs and wild mushrooms and so forth that really can help you, and you can benefit from eating them. So I do recommend doing that, because the more that you know, the more you can be sustainable yourself. Actually, I found something called Grangården, which is probably for kids. It says room for development, so it's probably kids that needs nature. And that's a good point too. We need nature. Stop sitting in front of your computer only and actually go out and enjoy nature. The more you connect to nature, and the more you realize this whole system that we live in is not meant to help us or benefit us in most ways. So that's just my view of it after reading so much science and so much data and trials on different herbs and just fruits and food in general. It's all medicine. Things you eat every day, things you intake now and then, it becomes medicine. That's why if you eat candy every day, it's not you're not going to benefit from that much. So definitely look into that. But I know it takes a little time. So if you want to just get started right now, there's actually 2 apps that I would recommend. Of course, I'll always recommend going on a Google search or something similar, looking up things. But what I do first is actually I download the app called Picture Mushroom. You can find that on App Store. I'm not sure if it's... Hey, see. What is this? Plums? More stuff to make food of. And if they're not ripe right now, I'll just take a few here. If they're not ripe, you can actually create a syrup from it and get a very tasty... Here, there's worms in that one. Get a very tasty syrup from it. Is it called... no, prunes is something else. Plums, I think is the right word in English. But Picture Mushroom is a really good app to start with. You'll get... I have to remember this spot because there's going to be a lot of plums or just fruit in general. Look how beautiful it is. Can I even turn my camera around because that makes more sense? Yeah, we can. See how beautiful that is, just right off the tree. And this is free food, people. And I know you might not be poor or anything. You don't have to be poor to enjoy the fruit of the loins. I don't know where that came from. But definitely taking charge of your health. Of course, you know, things like this, the tree could be poisoned because of the ground. But, you know, that's very far-fetched, using that skepticism here in Denmark. Because we usually don't plant fruit trees on bad soil, right? But definitely a lot of stuff you can eat in nature, and the more that you know, the more you can take control of your own health. And doing that is also, you know, it doesn't even matter much what you collect in nature, even if you don't eat it. The fact that you learn what you can eat and where things stem from, and even teaching your kids, this will help us in the future. Because if you don't have any knowledge of where food comes from, you'll just eat crappy food, basically. So that's what I suggest. It's just enjoying learning and understanding what food is and where it comes from and how to produce it yourself. Even if your feet hurts because of these shoes I'm walking in, is not made for me, apparently. It's worth the pain just walking around here, learning about herbs. I mean, you can use Picture Mushrooms to look up any mushroom. And there's another app I want to recommend. It's called Plantin, I think. Plantin. It's a very good app. You can take a picture of pretty much any plant. And I'm not affiliated. I just want to say this is what I use. And take a picture of any plant and look it up. And then you'll find out if it's edible. It doesn't always say that. So you look up the name and then you figure out if it's edible or not. That's how I do it. So that's a really great step to get started in nature. And usually mushrooms wouldn't be out and about right now. Not much. Well, some species would. But the thing is, we had just a cold July, as you might have noticed if you live in Denmark. Really cold July, meaning that we have mushrooms that thinks that this is fall now. Which is great because I can forage mushrooms now that I would in 1 month. So anyways, I hope you can use this for something. I think I'm close to my destination for going back, and actually even finding some herbs in nature I'm gonna plant in my own home, so I have those medicines and even food for the future. So now it's getting pretty windy, so I'm gonna end it live, but if you have any questions, let me know. I'm still learning a lot, even though I've been doing it for a few years. I hope you enjoy getting some knowledge, or anyways that I can entertain you a little bit on my journey. Thank you for watching. See you guys. Stay healthy.